Number 1.
1948 Cadillac Series 62 Sedan. Price, $6,000. Location, Washington, D.C. This 1948 Cadillac Series 62 sedan was owned by the seller's uncle since 2002 and remained in long-term storage for approximately 17 years before being recommissioned in 2020. Finished in gold over two-tone cloth upholstery, the car retains its original 346 CI L-head V8 paired with a Hydra-matic 4-speed automatic transmission. The Cadillac is offered with spare parts, literature, and a California title under a replacement VIN issued by the state. Cadillac debuted its first post-war redesign for 1948, with the Series 62 showcasing aircraft-inspired styling like tail fins influenced by the Lockheed P-38, stainless gravel guards, and faux divided rear windows. This example left the factory in two-tone lucerne green and French gray but was refinished in gold under prior ownership. Features include a flying goddess hood ornament, reverse lights, a fuel filler concealed behind the left taillight, and chrome sombrero wheel covers on 15 steel wheels. Noted flaws include paint imperfections near the trunk and rear bumper, a missing driver's side mirror, and a non-locking trunk. The interior features two-tone cloth bench seating with yellow piping, tan carpeting, and a push-button AM radio. A tear on the front seat and worn finishes are noted. Additional equipment includes front and rear vent windows, an analog clock, and a rear armrest. The domed instrument cluster houses a 110 miles per hour speedometer and auxiliary gauges, with the odometer showing 31,000 miles, though true mileage is unknown. Under the hood, the 346 CI flathead V8 retains its Stromberg carburetor, which was serviced in 2020. At the same time, the 6-volt battery, fuel pump, and fuel lines were addressed. Power is delivered to the rear via a Hydra-matic automatic transmission, which is reported to shift firmly between second and third under light acceleration. With classic Cadillac styling, aircraft-era design cues, and its long-term family ownership, this Series 62 offers a strong foundation for further restoration or preservation driving.
Number 2.
1950 Ford Coupe. Price, $20,000. Location, United States. This custom 1950 Ford Coupe, known as a shoebox Ford, was heavily modified during a full build completed in 2010 and recently offered by a selling dealer in Delaware with a clean Maryland title. Combining traditional custom styling with modern mechanicals, this one-off Ford is powered by a Chevrolet 5.3L Vortec V8 mated to a 4L60E automatic and upgraded chassis components throughout. Finished in a two-tone blue color scheme, the all-steel body was nosed, decked, and shaved, with Frenched headlights and taillights added for a smooth look. Pontiac side trim, dual 1959 Chevrolet antennas, and Mercury-style rear bumper overriders add period flair, while smooth chrome bumpers and subtle pinstriping complete the exterior. Underneath, the car rides on a Mustang II style front suspension with airbags and a rear 4-link setup paired with Ride-Tech adjustable coilovers. Power-assisted 4-wheel disc brakes and rack and pinion steering improve handling. Rolling stock includes 15 chrome wheels with Ford-branded hubcaps and American Classic white walls. Inside, low-back bucket seats from a 1967 Pontiac Grand Prix are trimmed in red vinyl and match to custom panels and a diamond-stitched floor. The cabin features a locker shifter, underdash AC, Sony CD stereo, and a custom center console with cup holders. A banjo-style steering wheel on an Idiot tilt column faces a Marshall 160 miles per hour speedometer and matching auxiliary gauges. An air ride controller is mounted left of the column, and the digital odometer reads 5,000 miles, with around 500 added by the selling dealer. The 5.3L Vortec V8 is topped with a red faux air cleaner and Thunderbird-style coil covers. Supporting hardware includes an aluminum oil pan, Griffin radiator, Sanderson ceramic-coated headers, and a dual exhaust system with an H-pipe. Tastefully modified and well-detailed, this coupe offers vintage looks with street rod drivability.
Number 3.
1952 Chevrolet Styline 2-door sedan. Price, $27,000. Location, Ohio. This custom 1952 Chevrolet Styline 2-door sedan blends classic lines with modern hot rod performance, featuring a chopped body, 5.7-liter LT1 V8, Saginaw 4-speed manual transmission, and air ride suspension. Built under prior ownership and acquired by the seller in 2021, the car has since received a torque head PCM and ignition upgrade. Finished in House of Collar root beer candy with gold flames, this radically restyled sedan combines 50s flair with street rod attitude. The all-steel body has been chopped 4-inch and extensively smoothed with shaved doors, trunk, and side trim. Entry is handled via remote poppers, while a motorized hideaway rear license plate sits below a 1955 Pontiac rear bumper. The paint features custom pinstriping on the trunk, with noted flaws including a dent in the left rear quarter, a hood chip, and cracked side windows. The car rides on 15-inch body color steel wheels with white wall tires and an air suspension system that allows for ride height adjustment. Front disc brakes improve stopping power, and the stance can be tailored from a slammed cruise profile to road-ready clearance. Inside, white leather bench seats feature diamond-stitched inserts, echoed on the door panels. Brown carpeting lines the floor, while a sagging headliner is noted. Air ride controls are mounted below the dash. Instrumentation includes an odometer 120 miles per hour speedometer, 8K RPM tachometer, and SunPro auxiliary gauges. Power comes from a 5.7-liter LT1 V8 fitted with a revised camshaft and tuned via speed density. The seller recommends fitting a mass airflow sensor for improved drivability. The engine is reported to smoke at idle, and a concealed Optima battery is equipped with an external shut-off and jumper ports. Shifting is handled by a Saginaw 4-speed manual transmission mated to a Ford 9-inch rear end. The car shows approximately 5,000 miles on its digital odometer, with 1,000 added under current ownership. It is titled in Ohio with an exceeds mechanical limits notation. This bold 1952 styline offers a classic hot rod experience with modern power and show-stopping visuals, ideal for weekend cruising or the local custom car scene.
Number 4.
1955 Studebaker President Speedster. Price, $34,500. Location, Ohio. This 1955 Studebaker President State Speedster, built in Los Angeles and originally sold in San Luis Obispo, California, has been family-owned for 45 years. The seller's father acquired it in 1979 and undertook a detailed multi-year refurbishment between 2003 and 2009. The restoration included refinishing the two-tone exterior in pink and metallic purple, retrimming the quilted beige leather interior, rebuilding the 259 CI Passmaster V8 and 3-speed automatic transmission, replating the chrome trim, overhauling the gauges, and replacing the weather stripping, headliner, carpeting, and more. The Speedster, a pillarless hardtop in the top-tier President trim introduced mid-1955, had only 2,215 units produced that year, with just 420 built at the Los Angeles plant. This example features body repairs to the fenders and a fresh repaint in coral tone and Pimlico gray. Exterior highlights include yellow lens fog lights, dual side mirrors, a stainless steel roof band, gold-plated President and Speedster quarter panel badges, reverse lights, dual exhaust outlets, and polished chrome bumpers and trim. It rides on 15 steel wheels with wire-style covers, wrapped in 7.10 to 15 Firestone Deluxe Champion bias-ply white walls. The car is equipped with power steering, noted to whine when parking, power-assisted drum brakes, a quick-ratio steering box, and a reinforced rear sway bar from a station wagon. Inside, the front and rear bench seats are upholstered in quilted beige leather, complemented by matching door cards and side panels. The refreshed interior features a dash-mounted clock, AM radio, heater, dome light, map pocket, and an engine-turned aluminum dashboard insert. The steering wheel, with its horn ring and center button, has been replaced and frames a 160 miles per hour speedometer, an 8,000 RPM tachometer, and auxiliary gauges with recalibrated faces and replated bezels. The odometer shows 6,000 miles, with roughly 30 miles added by the seller since restoration. True mileage is unknown. Under the hood, the 259 CI Passmaster V8, rated at 185 horsepower, was rebuilt with MagnaFluxed and overboard block, overhauled heads and carburetor, stainless steel valves and hardened seats, new wiring, and a stainless dual exhaust system. Power flows through a rebuilt 3-speed automatic transmission, which leaks fluid if left parked for extended periods. Accompanying the car is a Studebaker National Museum production order, manufacturer literature, refurbishment records, vintage photos, expired California registration slips from the 1950s and 60s, and a clean Wisconsin title in the seller's name. A rare and well-preserved example of Studebaker's premium Speedster, this coupe offers historic provenance, thoughtful restoration, and classic 1950s style.
Number 5.
1940 Buick Series 50 Super Convertible Phaeton. Location, New York. This 1940 Buick Series 50 Super Convertible Phaeton is one of just 1,351 Model 51C examples produced for the year and presents as a rare, elegant open-top tourer. Refurbished between the late 1970s and early 1980s and acquired by the current owner in 2006, it is finished in factory-correct black over red leather with a tan convertible top and retains its original drivetrain, a 248ci inline-8 paired with a 3-speed manual transmission. Refinished in black, code 541, following rust repair and bright work re-chroming during its earlier refurbishment, the car retains period styling cues like a chrome hood ornament, vented side panels, guide Super Ray driving lights, dual side mirrors, and running boards. The tan convertible top is accented by red piping and is accompanied by a matching boot cover. A secondary windshield for rear passengers and front bumper flag holders add to its vintage charm, though torn window welting is noted. The car rides on red-painted 16 steel wheels with Buick hubcaps and Coker Classic white wall radial tires, with braking handled by drums at all 4 corners. Adjustable airbags have been added inside the front and rear coil springs for improved ride control. A full-size spare is housed in the trunk. Inside, the cabin is upholstered in red leather on both bench seats and includes front and rear lap belts, a Sonoma-Tic push-button AM radio, analog clock, rear rope, and a folding 3-piece windscreen for rear passengers. The dash features an engine turn panel with a 120 miles per hour speedometer and auxiliary gauges. The 5-digit odometer shows 4K miles, with 5K reportedly added under current ownership. Total mileage is unknown. Under the hood, the 248ci inline-8 is equipped with a Carter carburetor and was rated at 107 horsepower and 126 lb-ft of torque when new. Power is delivered to the rear wheels through a column-shifted 3-speed manual gearbox. Offered with a clean California title in the current owner's trust, this rare convertible Phaeton offers pre-war Buick luxury with open-air motoring and stately presence.
Number 6.
1956 Pontiac Chieftain 862-door sedan. Price, $14,500. Location, Los Angeles. Finished in a cheerful two-tone yellow and white over reupholstered black and gray interior, this 1956 Pontiac Chieftain 862-door sedan offers classic mid-1950s styling paired with a manual transmission and V8 power. Sold at no reserve, the car is powered by a 317ci Stratostreak V8 mated to a column-shifted 3-speed manual gearbox and was offered with a clean Oregon title. Originally finished in Nimbus Gray and Granada Gold, the car was repainted under previous ownership in its current color scheme. Styling cues include a prominent gull-wing front grille, waterfall moldings on the hood and tail fins, stainless side spears, headlight eyebrows, V8 badging, and fender-mounted side mirrors. Chrome 15 steel wheels with bullet-style hubcaps were BF Goodrich Silvertown white wall radials with 2014 date codes. The suspension consists of an independent coil spring front setup with vertical kingpins and a sway bar, while the rear uses leaf springs. Hydraulic shocks are fitted all around, and braking is handled by drums at all 4 corners. A full-size spare is mounted in the carpeted trunk. Inside, the car features bench seats trimmed in black vinyl and gray cloth, with matching door panels, a salt and pepper carpet, and a color-matched headliner. Equipment includes a Motorola Volumatic AM radio, a heater/defroster, vent windows, and rear speakers. The dashboard houses an arched 120 miles per hour speedometer and twin auxiliary gauge pods flanking either side. The odometer shows 28K miles, around 100 of which were added by the dealer. Actual mileage is unknown. Under the hood, the 317ci Stratostreak V8 breathes through a 2-barrel carburetor. An oil change was performed prior to listing. Power is delivered to the rear wheels via a 3-speed manual transmission. An attractive and affordable entry into the world of 50s American motoring, this Chieftain 860 combines honest charm, period-correct features, and eye-catching presentation.
Number 7.
1937 Cord 812 Supercharged Phaeton. Price, $86,000. Location, California. This 1937 Cord 812 Supercharged Phaeton is a striking example of one of the most innovative and recognizable American pre-war automobiles. Finished in yellow over burgundy leather with a black soft top, this Phaeton benefits from a cosmetic refurbishment prior to 2011 and significant mechanical work by the Allen Taylor Company of Escondido, California, between 2016 and 2018. It is powered by a 288 Ci Lycoming V8 topped with a Schwitzer Cummins centrifugal supercharger and paired with a vacuum-actuated 4-speed pre-selector manual transaxle. The Cord 810 debuted in 1936 and evolved into the 812 for 1937, its final production year before Cord folded. Designed by Gordon Bierig, the car's styling was radically advanced, with a coffin-nose grille, pop-up headlights, and front-wheel drive. This example is distinguished as a supercharged model with polished external exhaust pipes, replaced in 2016, exiting the hood sides. Bodywork was repainted yellow before the current owner's 2011 purchase, with additional work to the firewall and fenders in 2014. Details include Cord-branded fog lights, chrome bumpers with overriders, turn signals, and a black soft top with burgundy piping. It rides on body-colored steel wheels with chrome covers and 6.50 to 16 Goodyear white-wall bias ply tires. A spare is housed in the trunk. Suspension consists of a trailing arm independent front setup with a transverse leaf spring and a solid rear axle with semi-elliptical leaf springs. Four-wheel hydraulic drum brakes provide stopping power, and a brake fluid flush was completed in 2024. The interior is trimmed in burgundy leather with matching Wilton wool carpeting added in 2017. Front seat padding was also replaced that year. Features include roll-up side windows, a heater, dual locking glove boxes, a dash-mounted mirror, and a machine-turned dash insert housing restored gauges, including a 150 mph speedometer and a 5K RPM tachometer. A Bendix electric hand gear selector is column-mounted, enabling vacuum-actuated gear changes upon clutch engagement. The odometer shows 83K miles, about 300 of which were added by the current owner. The 288 Ci Lycoming V8 uses aluminum heads and horizontal side valves, and produces a factory-rated 170 horsepower with its centrifugal supercharger and Stromberg carburetor. The engine was rebuilt by the Allen Taylor Company in 2016 to 2017, and further service included a water pump rebuild, new thermostat, freeze plugs, gaskets, and a recent oil and coolant flush. Dual 6-volt Optima Red top batteries were installed in the trunk in 2024. Power is delivered to the front wheels via a Detroit Gear 4-speed manual transaxle, which was rebuilt in 2017. A replacement throwout bearing was installed in 2016, and a new control unit and interlock switch were added in 2023. Offered on dealer consignment with service records and a clean Arizona title, this 812 Phaeton presents a rare opportunity to acquire a supercharged example of Cord's groundbreaking final model, an enduring symbol of American Art Deco engineering and design.
Number 8.
1955 Studebaker Champion Deluxe Coupe 3-speed. Price, $7,500. Location, Oklahoma. Offered at no reserve, this 1955 Studebaker Champion Deluxe Coupe is one of 5,572 built for the model year and was owned by the seller for 38 years. Finished in red over white vinyl upholstery, it is powered by a 186 CIL head inline 6 paired with a column-shifted 3-speed manual transmission with overdrive. This well-loved Studebaker comes with literature, service records, and a California title in the seller's name. Originally styled by Robert Burke of the Raymond Loewy Design Studio, the fourth-generation Champion received notable updates in 1955, including a standard chrome grille and hood ornament. This example was repainted red during long-term ownership and features fender vents, pop-out rear quarter windows, and a wraparound rear window. Flaws include rust in the lower rear quarters and a missing driver's front vent window. The car rides on 15 steel wheels with chrome covers wrapped in two 1575 Nexen tires, while a Goodyear spare is stored in the trunk. Suspension is independent up front with coils and a rear live axle supported by leaf springs. Braking is managed by drum brakes at all four corners. The interior seats 5 with white vinyl bench seating and matching door panels, a red carpeted floor, and a color-coordinated headliner. Features include front lap belts, a Studebaker branded AM radio, a locking glove box, and a rear seat center armrest. The engine is the original 186 CI Victory 6, factory rated at 101 horsepower and fitted with a Carter carburetor. It was rebuilt in 1994, with documentation included. The 3-speed transmission with overdrive sends power to the rear wheels and is operated via a column-mounted shifter. The odometer shows 96,000 miles, with approximately 800 added by the seller. While it shows signs of age, this long-term owned Studebaker offers vintage style and period-correct charm, backed by decades of care and maintenance.
Number 9.
1952 Hudson Hornet Sedan. Price, $17,500. Location, Denver. This 1952 Hudson Hornet sedan is a classic example of the step-down era Hudsons, featuring a lowered floor pan and a sleek, road-hugging profile. Refinished under prior ownership in a distinctive yellow and green color scheme, this 4-door Hornet is powered by a replacement 308 CI inline-6 equipped with the desirable twin H-power dual carburetor setup and mated to a 4-speed hydromatic automatic transmission. Exterior highlights include yellow driving lights, hood and fender ornaments, a windshield visor, a driver's side spotlight, and split windshield. Touch-up work in Florentine yellow was completed in 2019. The headlights and bulbs were replaced in 2016, though chips in the paint and a cracked rear quarter glass are noted. Beige finished 15 steel wheels were Coker Classic whitewall tires. The braking system has seen regular maintenance, including adjustment in 2018, replacement of 3 brake hoses and a front-end rebuild in 2020, and a brake fluid flush in March 2025. Inside, the Hornet features bench seating in black with striped cloth inserts, brown carpeting, and a brown headliner. Accessories include a Hudson-branded AM radio, visors with vanity mirrors, and a tissue holder. The interior also benefits from a redone wiring harness, 2015, new window felts, 2016, and a repaired radio, 2021, though the headliner shows signs of water damage. Instrumentation includes a unique 0 to 11 speedometer, fuel and temperature gauges, and warning lights, supplemented by an aftermarket underdash gauge pod. The 5-digit odometer reads 77,000 miles, but true mileage is unknown. Under the hood, the 308 CI inline-6 features Hudson's signature twin H-power setup. The original engine was rebuilt in 2016, but following a crack near a cylinder, the block was replaced in 2020. The cooling system was also updated with a new radiator and thermostat. Recent maintenance included an oil change and a new 6-volt battery. The engine is reported to leak oil. Power is routed to the rear wheels via a 4-speed automatic transmission, with a drive shaft U-joint replaced under current ownership. Offered with a handwritten logbook and a clean Utah title, this Hornet combines performance heritage with period-correct style and a well-documented service history.
Number 10.
1941 Graham Hollywood. Price, $32,000. Location, United States. This one-off 1941 Graham Hollywood was heavily modified in the 1990s by the late Pete Chapuris of PC3G, transforming it into a high-end street rod with custom bodywork, a supercharged small-block V8, and modern comforts. The car was later acquired by the current owner in 2018 and relocated to Florida, where it remained until being offered for sale at no reserve. Finished in deep black over a burgundy leather interior, the body was lengthened approximately 3 inches ahead of the A-pillars and fitted with a modified hood, revised fenders, and a custom C-pillar treatment. Notable exterior features include pop-up Porsche-style headlights, Hollywood supercharged badging, rear-hinged front doors, a power-operated trunk lid, and chrome bumpers. The 15/16 staggered Budnik billet wheels were G-logo center caps and BF Goodrich Comp T/A tires. Under the hood lies a fuel-injected 350 CI V8 equipped with a Whipple supercharger and polished Graham Hollywood supercharged valve covers. A 700 or 4-speed automatic transmission and a Ford 9-inch rear end deliver power to the rear wheels. Supporting hardware includes a custom radiator, external transcooler, electric fan, and a dual exhaust system with long tube headers, chambered mufflers, and an H-pipe. Reinforced with steel tubing and plate along the unibody and rocker panels, the car also features a Mustang II style front suspension and custom rear setup with power rack and pinion steering and power-assisted front disc brakes. The interior is trimmed in burgundy leather over BMW-sourced power-adjustable front seats and a matching rear bench. Custom wood trim by Hardwood Classics lines the doors and dashboard, and modern conveniences include power windows, vintage AC, controls located in the glove box, and an air supply electronic ride control system. Instrumentation consists of Chrisman's Cars branded gauges mounted in an engine turn panel, including a speedometer, tachometer, boost gauge, and clock. The 6-digit odometer shows just 6,000 miles, though true mileage is unknown. Accompanied by build photos and correspondence from Pete Shapuris, this custom Graham combines pre-war Art Deco design with 90s street rod flair and performance upgrades for a truly unique showpiece.
Number 11.
1941 Willis Coupe 4-speed. Location, California. This 1941 Willis Coupe was acquired by the current family over 20 years ago and transformed into a striking gasser-style hot rod. Finished in bright red over a black and red interior, this coupe combines vintage steel with fiberglass fenders and a period-style high-riding stance. Under the hood is a 350 CILT1 V8 paired with a 4-speed manual transmission and equipped with vintage speed equipment including an Offenhauser intake, Holley carb, and MSD ignition. The body retains its original steel construction with fiberglass rear fenders added before the red repaint. Gasser styling cues include a lifted front end, front push bars, and split rear window. The hood trim and rear bumper feature debossed Americar branding, and the car rides on American Racing 15 wheels with skinny Coker ProTrack fronts and wide Mickey Thompson ET Street rears. Inside, the cockpit features fixed-back black bucket seats, red carpeting, and a pistol grip shifter. Stewart Warner gauges monitor oil pressure, coolant temp, and voltage, with an 8K RPM tachometer mounted atop the dash. Interior brightwork shows some pitting, and the car is not equipped with a speedometer or odometer. The 350 CILT1 V8 is topped with an Offenhauser aluminum intake manifold, Holley carburetor, Edelbrock valve covers, and a finned oil pan. MSD ignition components and long tube headers feed a dual exhaust system with a crossover pipe, MagnaFlow mufflers, and capped cutouts. Power is delivered to the rear wheels through a 4-speed manual transmission and a live rear axle supported by ladder bars and longitudinal leaf springs. Braking is handled by drums on all 4 corners. Now offered on dealer consignment with extra wheels and tires and a clean California title, this Willis Coupe captures the classic gasser look with modern small block power and decades of family ownership.
Number 12.
1957 Studebaker Golden Hawk. Price, $32,000. Location, Oklahoma. This 1957 Studebaker Golden Hawk presents as a thoroughly refurbished example of one of the most distinctive American performance coupes of the 1950s. One of just 4,356 built for the model year, this car was acquired by the seller in 2018 and underwent a multi-year restoration completed in 2024. The project included a full cosmetic and mechanical overhaul, highlighted by a striking gold refinish, a reupholstered tan and white interior, and a rebuilt supercharged 289 Ci V8 paired with a rebuilt BorgWarner Flight-O-Matic 3-speed automatic transmission. Originally finished in midnight black, code 5710, the car now wears metallic gold paint applied during the restoration. The trim was re-chromed and polished, and the windshield, badges, lights, and lenses were replaced. Signature design details include a mesh grille, pop-open fender vents, and a sweeping 2-tone rear quarter panel design. Scratches on the rear window and other minor imperfections are noted. The Golden Hawk rides on 15 steel wheels with thin covers and white wall tires. It retains its factory power steering and power-assisted drum brakes, both of which were rebuilt during the restoration. Suspension consists of variable rate front springs with double action shocks and leaf springs in the rear, with new shocks fitted all around. The cabin was fully reupholstered in tan and white vinyl and features a restored engine turn dash panel, lap belts, a working electric clock, and a push-button AM radio. The 5-digit odometer was reset during the refurbishment and now shows 355 miles. A cut is noted in the headliner behind the dome light. Under the hood, the 289 CI-V8 has been rebuilt and is equipped with a Paxton supercharger, delivering a factory-rated 275 horsepower. The engine rebuild included reconditioning of the generator and starter, replacement of the hoses, and a record radiator. Power is sent to the rear wheels through a rebuilt automatic transmission and a Dana rear axle. Offered with Studebaker National Museum documentation and a clean Missouri title in the seller's trust, this Golden Hawk stands as a well-sorted and visually striking example of Studebaker's most potent and collectible post-war coupe.
Number 13.
1949 Chrysler Town & Country Convertible. Location, Washington. This 1949 Chrysler Town & Country Convertible is one of just 993 examples built for the model year and presents as a striking blend of post-war American luxury and craftsmanship. Spanning a multi-decade refurbishment that began in the late 1990s, the car has been fitted with replacement wood panels, refreshed chrome trim, and a maroon repaint. It's powered by a 323.5 CI Spitfire inline-8 paired with a 4-speed Prest-O-Matic fluid drive semi-automatic transmission. The selling dealer acquired the car in 2025 and now offers it with a handwritten service log, literature, and a transferable New York registration. The bodywork sits on a long 131.5 New Yorker chassis and features ash-framed DNOC faux mahogany side panels, a hallmark of Chrysler's flagship convertible. A replacement tan power-operated soft top complements the maroon paint, while other exterior details include a chrome grille, bumpers, side mirrors, and bright trim. Restoration work completed in the early 2000s and again in 2017 helped elevate the car's presentation, with close-ups of woodwork and fit details included in the gallery. Rolling on polished 15 steel wheels wrapped in Firestone Deluxe Champion whitewall tires, the Chrysler retains its original style underpinnings, including an independent front suspension with coil springs and a live rear axle on semi-elliptical leaf springs. Drum brakes handle stopping duties at all 4 corners. Inside, the cabin features maroon leather upholstery on the front and rear bench seats, with matching door panels and burgundy carpeting. Split folding front seat backs, a locking glove box, AM radio, heater, electric clock, and front vent windows are among the period amenities. The 3-spoke wheel with horn ring fronts a 110 miles per hour speedometer and a cluster of factory gauges, while an aftermarket coolant temperature gauge is mounted under the dash. The 5-digit odometer reads 5K miles. Under the hood is a 323.5 CI Spitfire inline-8 producing a factory-rated 135 horsepower and 270 lb-ft of torque, paired with a downdraft carburetor. The engine was overhauled during the 2017 refurbishment, with approximately 1K miles added since. Power is delivered through Chrysler's Prest-O-Matic fluid drive semi-automatic transmission, operated via a column-mounted shifter. Underside photos document the condition of the drivetrain and chassis. With its limited production, elegant wood-trimmed styling, and extensive restoration history, this Town & Country represents a well-preserved example of Chrysler's post-war luxury flagship.
Number 14.
1957 Cadillac Eldorado Seville. Location, United States. One of just 2,104 examples produced for 1957, this Cadillac Eldorado Seville presents with distinctive styling and a blend of performance and luxury. Finished in red over a white vinyl roof with a unique black paisley and brown leather interior, the car was refurbished during time spent in England during the 1990s and returned to the U.S. in 2000. It was acquired by the seller in 2023 and was offered with a Connecticut registration. Originally delivered in copper metallic, the body was repainted in red during its time overseas. Signature Eldorado details include rear tail fins, a white vinyl roof, hooded headlights, a driver's side mirror, and a power antenna. Some cosmetic flaws are noted, including missing trim on the left quarter panel seam, chipped paint, and fading chrome on the rear bumper corners. Chrome 15 Sabre wheels were Coker Classic L78-15 whitewall tires. Braking is managed by power-assisted drums at all 4 corners, and the car features power steering for added drivability. The interior features a retrimmed bench seat in black paisley cloth and brown leather, complemented by maroon carpeting and a matching dashboard. Amenities include power windows, air conditioning, an AM radio, an Autronic eye automatic headlight dimmer, and a remote trunk release. Visible interior wear includes cracks in the leather and steering wheel, fading on the driver's door panel, and pitting in the dashboard chrome. The 365 CI-V8 is equipped with a Carter 4-barrel carburetor and paired with a 4-speed Hydra-Matic automatic transmission. The seller notes the carburetor will need tuning. The odometer shows 58,000 miles, with only a few added by the current owner. With its distinctive design, upscale options, and period charm, this 1957 Eldorado Seville is a character-rich example of Cadillac's mid-century grandeur, offering a solid foundation for driving enjoyment or further cosmetic refinement.
Number 15.
1955 Studebaker Commander Deluxe Conestoga Station Wagon. Location, Austin. This 1955 Studebaker Commander Deluxe Conestoga is a unique, modified example of Studebaker's stylish two-door station wagon, benefiting from an extensive refurbishment under long-term ownership. Acquired by the seller in 2008, the car was fully disassembled and updated over a 12-year period, culminating in a frame-off build with custom touches and drivetrain upgrades. It now features a Chevrolet 283 CI-V8, a TH350 automatic transmission, and a Ford 8-inch rear end with a limited slip differential. Finished in two-tone turquoise and cream over a reupholstered gray vinyl interior, this Conestoga is offered with spare parts and a clean Florida title. The body was refinished following major sheet metal work, including 1957 spec rear quarter panels, a 1954 spec front clip, and replacement floor pans. The result is a clean, customized exterior with re-chromed bumpers, polished stainless trim, and new emblems, weather stripping, and glass. Functional details include a roof rack, drop-down tailgate, and a Studebaker hood ornament. White wall tires are mounted to 15 painted steel wheels with bright covers. The car rides on an independent front suspension with coil springs and a leaf-sprung rear axle, with tube shocks all around. Braking is handled by drums at all four corners. Inside, the cabin has been upgraded with power-adjustable front bucket seats sourced from a BMW, while the rear bench, door panels, and headliner were reupholstered in gray vinyl. The floor is lined with black carpeting, and the cargo area features an attractive wood treatment using mahogany and Brazilian cherry. Rebuilt window regulators and auxiliary underdash gauges round out the interior updates, though a portion of the digital oil pressure gauge does not illuminate. The odometer was reset during the build and now shows just 1,400 miles. Under the hood, a 283 CI Chevrolet V8 assembled in 2009 is fitted with an Edelbrock 4-barrel carburetor, Performer RPM intake, headers, and an aluminum radiator with an electric fan. Power is routed through a TH350 3-speed automatic to a Ford 8-inch rear axle with a 3.00:1 limited slip differential. The driveshaft was also replaced during the build. This modified Studebaker wagon offers a stylish vintage body paired with upgraded V8 power and thoughtful interior improvements, an appealing blend of classic looks and modernized usability.